My name is Marina. I'm a wellness coach with Women's Health Network. Today I'm going to talk to you about some tips to stick with a whole food diet. So this is something I talk with women about probably at least once a day, and usually several times a day. Basically, one of the main things we do for women, regardless of what their hormonal maybe imbalance is we give them eating guidelines, because what we eat is so important to our health and hormonal balance. So, you know, those suggestions usually differ depending on what the situation is, but overall what it comes back to is eating whole, real foods. So the first thing would be to kind of think about what a whole food is. So really it's something that hasn't been altered in any way. So we haven't really removed any parts, and we haven't really added anything to it, like preservatives, sugars, you know, all those kinds of things. So that's something to think about. So some tips to really stick with that, because it can be quite difficult, especially if you're going through the grocery store and you just, you know, don't know what to choose. The first thing I would say would be to, if you can, avoid anything in a package. So usually just by, if it's been packaged in any way, it usually means there's some other stuff in there, or it's been, you know, broken down or processed or what have you. That can be quite difficult because that basically leaves the produce section. So you still can have things in packages and still kind of stick to that whole food rule. So the second thing I would say would be that when you're looking at a food, can you immediately tell, you know, what it is, how it was made, and everything that's in there. So a good way to kind of think about that is, for example, you can have a strawberry. Very clear where a strawberry comes from. Comes right off the vine. As opposed to, say, you know, granola or candy bar, which is packaged like you can see, but I mean, you won't really, just by looking at it, you don't really know what's going in there, where did that come from, you know, what is that, basically. And then really the last thing I would say is that if you are eating something in a package, to really read the ingredients list. So not just the label. I think a lot of us have been led to believe that a calorie is a calorie and that's it, and that's the only important thing. I would really emphasize reading the ingredients list. So what you'd want to look for is a really lengthy list. So if it's a paragraph long, then more than likely there's going to be things in there that you don't know, you can't pronounce, and your body wouldn't know what it is either. So that's a good way. Try to avoid things that are more than, like, you know, 5 or so ingredients. And then really, if you can't pronounce it, again, you know, I would avoid it. And if you don't have it in your own kitchen, then I wouldn't eat it. So just some simple things to help you get started. You know, check back, because in the future we're going to have a video on more details on how to read nutrition labels and what to look for. So I hope this helps, and good luck. Bye-bye.